What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisor.com, bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video. We are discussing the Thursday night football game between the Denver Broncos and the Chargers. So we're going to look at these. We are going to build some lineups as well. If you've never been here before, we do have a giveaway every single one of these showdown videos. Here's how to win. Like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment for the comment picker. If this video gets at least 50 likes, you will win a free week of FTA+. That is every sport that we offer. If this video gets at least 100 likes, you'll have a chance at a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass worth $500. So, that being said, we're not going to beat around the bush. We are definitely going to look at everything. We're going to look at stats from last year up until this year through last Monday Night Football, and we are going to give you the statistics from each position, the stacks, and then we're going to build some lineups on DraftKings, FanDuel, and Yahoo. So we are also going to have the main slate breakdown, complete breakdown for you coming this week. We've already done a stacks video, so make sure you check that out. That'll be linked here at the end of the video. We are also going to do a Saturday night or Saturday afternoon football game. So the showdown that is the main showdown is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. So we're not doing the Chiefs game. That is not part of the premier matchup on FanDuel and DraftKings where the most money are. So we're going to go with that. Then we're going to do a Sunday Night Football breakdown and a Monday Night Football breakdown. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you guys know when we go live. So you can skip ahead to the lineup build if you want, but I'm going to break down the nuts and bolts of how to hopefully construct your lineup here. So looking at this, 84% of the winning lineups on DraftKings since last year have contained at least one quarterback. And we can look at this. Bo Nix, it's wild. The two quarterbacks are the most expensive plays on the captain spot here, at least on DraftKings. Seeing that's a little bit different because usually we see like a running back or a wide receiver. So to see this, it's kind of crazy. But I think both of these quarterbacks make a ton of sense to have in your lineup. Only 6% of the winning lineup on DraftKings have used the entire $50,000 salary. Only 16% of the lineups have had a $200 player or less. I do not see a $200 player or less as of the making of this video that would make a contribution to a winning lineup. No one in this makes any sense to me unless something Chenault Jr. maybe, but averaging 1.1 game or 1.1 fantasy points per game has done absolutely nothing. He's been on the practice squad Monday. I don't know if he will get called up. I just don't know. I don't think so. As of the making of the video, he has not been called up. So it's definitely a play that I'm probably not going to be using. 80% of the winning lineups have used a $4,000 player or less. So we've got Veli here. He's helped us out a little bit back versus the Raiders, but that in like a three-game stretch there. Other than that, he's been really nothing. He's got one touchdown. Obviously, if Sutton is, covered, he could make a little bit of sense. So 4,000 less, I could definitely see in this lineup happening. Whether or not that does, we'll definitely see. Average salary used on FanDuel is $47,500. And then looking at stack percentages. So looking at these stack percentages, 4-2 stack has taken it down 44% of the time. So the way this game looks like it's going to be going, we currently have a 41.5 over-under, which is down from 42, and we've got the Chargers as 2.5-point favorites. So the game should stay close. I think you could do a 4-2 stack either side and be pretty okay with that one. The Chargers have an implied team total of 21.5, where the Broncos have an implied team total of 20.19. So not a huge difference. A line started at 3 for the Chargers, gone down to 2.5, could be a field goal win, and that's basically it here. So the game should stay close if it follows the game script. A 3-3 stack is won at 36% of the time, and a 5-1 stack is only won at 21% of the time. So then looking at captain spots, I think captain spots make a ton of sense. If you look at this, 39% of the time a wide receiver has been the captain in the winning lineup. 28% of the time it's been a running back. I don't see that being a running back for this game. I don't trust Gus Edwards enough. Williams, you don't know who's going to be the running back. With McLaughlin actually out, you do open up. So Javonte Williams being the number one, you do have, depending on who they're going to be using for running back there, it could be a little bit risky. You've got Burton there. I don't trust the running game for the Broncos. I trust the Chargers a little bit more, but I don't trust Gus Edwards to lead us to the promised land. So I'm not looking really at the moment at a running back as my captain or MVP or what do they call it? Superstar on Yahoo. 17% of the time it's been a quarterback. Both quarterbacks are the highest priced guys on the slate. Could be a little bit, and they're really close. Love me some Bo Nix against this Chargers. We'll definitely look at that. 7% of the time it's been a tight end. 7% of the time it's been a defense, which I don't know if I really trust the defenses as much. 2% of the time it's been a kicker. I could see this being a kicking game. Weather's not going to be a concern. Depends on how they move the ball back and forth. We could see both the kickers play a pivotal role in here. Well, whether or not I have Dicker the kicker or Lutz the kicker as my captain, MVP, or superstar, maybe in one lineup, but I wouldn't bet on that one. Speaking of betting, if you want to see some of our bets, our prop bets, go check out our Discord, absolutely free down below, as is our newest YouTube channel. It's the history of. All of that information is down below in the description. So before we get started and look at everything, this is our completely free matchup tool, which you can find under the NFL tab, the first tab here. This is the defense. This is the stats they've given up to the opposing team, the quarterback, the rushing, and the fantasy points allowed. So if you look at this, the Chargers ranked 17 out of 32, giving up an average of 17.6 on DraftKings, 17.5 on FanDuel. So Bo Nix is in kind of a good spot. Whereas you see the Denver Broncos defense, they're pretty good. 6th best team against the quarterback, only averaging 16 fantasy points per game. So you can see it's pretty close. But again, they have been better against the quarterback. But Justin Herbert, he's got Ladd McConkey. He's got some other, like, he can run a little bit. He can throw. I don't know how much I trust the defenses in this one. Then you can kind of look, the Broncos defense, they're a little bit worse against the run, so maybe Gus Edwards makes a little sense. I would definitely look at that and see that they're in a good spot. I don't trust him. I think Gus Edwards makes a ton of sense as a flex spot. I don't think he's an MVP captain or superstar. You look at the Chargers defense against the wide receivers, they are a little bit worse. So Cortland Sutton, Bo Nix connection could be real. Denver Broncos a little bit better. But again, with these showdowns, you don't always want to follow this. But then you look at this. Broncos defense against the Chargers, giving up 11.9. They rank 17 out of 32, where the Chargers are a little bit better. Only give up an average of 10, rank 4 out of 32. So that being said, let's build you some lineups right now. So if I'm trying to build some of these DraftKings lineups, trying to, bring home the bacon, I think a quarterback makes a ton of sense. I think everyone's going to be on some sort of, the game should stay close in theory. I think the game stays a little bit closer than maybe we think. Maybe it's a back and forth. Maybe it's a great Thursday night game. So let's put Bo Nix at the top. I want to put Bo Nix here. Obviously, I want Bo Nix throwing to Cortland Sutton. Very expensive. I get that, but I think we want him in there. I think Justin Herbert. Oh, no. There we go. Bo Nix thrown to Sutton. Herbert also in there. Now we're at 5,200 the rest of the way. So tight end wise, it just depends on where we're going. Coming through here, you got Will Dissly out. So Stone Smart is in. Now, we were all over Stone Smart last week. Didn't do bad. Had 50 yards, had 6 targets. The targets were there. He's a little bit cheaper option. He's 4,200. We're now able about 5,700. Now, if we look at what we're wanting to look at, you've got a Gus Edwards at 7, which if we put him in there, we're at 4,400. Now, if we go to 4,400, Marvin Mims Jr. makes sense. Veli makes sense too, but Marvin Mims, again, the targets have been pretty consistent. Just he didn't do anything against last week. But the week before that against Cleveland, 105 yards and a touchdown. I kind of like Marvin Mims Jr. there. I am putting this lineup in there. So you have 3-3 stack here. You've got Bo Nix as the captain. You've got him throwing it to Mims. I like this matchup. I do like this matchup. So I'm going to put Bo Nix here as my quarterback for one of my lineups. So if we go with a different direction, and let's say we go with maybe a Cortland Sutton as a captain spot. Because again, it's a little bit cheaper. He's $600 cheaper. He's cheaper than the quarterbacks, which I think everyone will be on there. I think obviously Bo Nix has to throw it to him. Looking at that, I think I want a little bit of Ladd McConkey. Even if we don't get both quarterbacks in there, I want a little bit of Ladd McConkey, Lad McConkey. I want Mims as well because I love me some Mims. Then it just depends. So if Gus Edwards doesn't do anything, do we think Vital will do anything? He's 6,800. We see last week, 9 yards. The receptions are there. He has not done much, but this is where we have to change the game up a little bit. We have to see if it makes any sense. So now we could look at the Chargers defense, which I don't like because obviously our captain is there on the other team. You've got Stone Smart would be there. Veli would be there. Broncos defense would be there. So I'm going to go Stone Smart again. Now this is another 3-3 stack. The only problem, we do not have Justin Herbert in a lineup, but we got to get a little creative. So that is a lineup that I'm going to go with there. So now we are going to look at building some lineups on FanDuel. Now if you've never played the FanDuel lineup, here's a little bit of difference. There's one less spot in this FanDuel lineup, but there's $10,000 more in the salary. So a little bit different when you build with this, but I still think we're able to. And you can see both quarterbacks, again, are the highest priced people here. So I'm going Bo Nix. I want him to be thrown into Sutton. I think that is a given on tonight. I think Mims is my play that I'm going to be heavy over on the field, which I'm okay with that. We get Smart yet again with our lineup suggestions. And now we're at 15.5 for literally any play. We could look at Justin Herbert. So we've got Bo Nix thrown to Sutton and to Mims. And we also have Justin Herbert throwing it to Stone Smart. Now, Lad McConkey is obviously there, but he is very expensive. So this is one lineup that I will be playing. I can only play it because I don't play on FanDuel, but that is a free lineup there. Another one we could kind of look at if, go to NFL, go to single game. If we are looking at a different, and you want to go a different direction, we could go Herbert as the top, throwing it to McConkey, which, again, I'm okay with. We got Sutton in there because I think he's going to play a pivotal role in this one. Now we're at 17.5 for 2 spots. 87 is where we're going. So let's take a look at Smart again. And now we're at 10,000. We could go Josh Palmer. We could go Devon Veli. We could go to the Chargers defense, which I think a lot of people will be off of. But, I mean, that could be a spot you could go in. You want to save or keep a little bit of money on there. You could go one of the kickers. They're both both averaging basically the same. But if you want to go Cameron Dicker, hasn't really done that much. And then Will Lutz. Will Lutz has done a little bit better. So you could put a kicker in there. You've left $1,500 on the table. I am completely okay with that as well. So again, these are some of the lineups we're building. But if you guys want to see all of the plays that we like at the, we've got a ton of plays for MVP, captain, whatever you want to call it, and flex on the cheat sheet. So if you sign up $10 for a week, go down to NFL, go down to cheat sheet down at the very bottom, you can find that there. And hopefully you're able to bring home the bacon as well. So those are the 2 lineups that I would be looking at. I'm going to be building more. And if you guys have questions about lineup builds and stuff like that, you can definitely ask in the free, absolutely free Discord or down below here on on YouTube. And we're able to hopefully to answer it there as well. So now, not a ton of you play on Yahoo. I completely get that, but we're still going to give it a little bit just to see. Now you can see the 2 quarterbacks are not the highest priced guys on this one. So it's a little bit different. We have 5 spots available. We call it the MVP. Same strategy. It's 1.5 times value of what you're going to get there. So it's a little bit different, but at the same time, not all the way different. So looking at however you want to build this. Now the pricing's a little bit different here. I get that. But let's see. We go Lad McConkey is the superstar. You go, obviously you want Justin Herbert, throwing it to him. I think we could get Bo Nix in there. I think Bo Nix could throw it to Mims. Let's get Mims in there again. I think I'm going to be on that train. Now, $17 for the final spot. Veli, Javonte Williams, if you think he's going to run it a lot, is where we'd go. Gus Edwards could be in a good spot against Denver. I think I'm going to go a little bit of Gus Edwards. So we've got a 3-2 stack looking at Yahoo for that one. And if we build a second way to do it, of course we can't build that way because why would you be able to? I can't play paid contests. I can't do it. So that was one lineup. A second lineup you could look at, let's say we have Bo Nix as the captain spot here. So Bo Nix, I think we could get Herbert in there. We've got both of those guys. I think we throw it to Sutton at the top. I think we could get in Gus Edwards. Or let's go Mims again. And maybe I'm over the field. We'll see. And now we are at $15. Javonte Williams, Gus Edwards. Depending on who you think's going to have a better game, let's put Javonte Williams in there. That is a 4-1 stack looking at the Broncos as the main stack in that one. So those are just some of the plays. If you want to see the rest, check those out. We do not have showdown lineups on the site, but we do have main lineups on the site and afternoon lineups for football. And we have a cheat sheet for you for all of the plays we like on FanDuel and DraftKings, MVP/captain, and flex plays as well. So that's what I've got in this video. Any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. Good luck on this Thursday night. Let's have some fun. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.